Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson off by giving all honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are diligently pushing the word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. It's your brother Kazak Tazabah coming at you once again through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and to the point. So, a couple days ago, there was seen Russian vessels, ships over there in the Red Sea. Okay, and to combat NATO. All right, and as you know, NATO is the beast. Okay, with the seven heads. All right, and you have the harlot. Okay, the mother of harlots, Babylon the Great, that sitteth upon that beast. Okay, and so the fact that you got Russian ships to try to fight NATO, that's just going to bring in Babylon, okay, aka America. All right, now there's been a lot of tension over there in that region, in the Levant region, okay, with you got the Israel, Hamas, Gaza situation. All right, the whole Ukraine and Russia situation. What is the other one? China and Taiwan, so on and so forth. Now, what we're witnessing right here is prophecy being fulfilled, because pursuing to Joel, the 3rd chapter, the Lord is gathering the nations over to that area, to that region, which is known in the Bible as Jehoshaphat. Okay, but in the Lashon Kadash, the Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew, it's referred to as Yahweh Shaphat. All right, which means the Lord's judgment. Okay, so the Lord is gathering these nations from afar against Babylon, their adversaries. Okay, really to completely dissemble and the Babylon's military structure alongside of these NATO countries. All right, and the Red Sea has a very broad significance, because that's an area in which further north and next to Egypt you have the Suez Canal, which is used for trade, commerce, shipment of cargo, oil, things of that nature. And they have with their presence there, that could cause shipments and things to be either delayed, okay, them being forced to go around Africa, which affects the time frame in which things should be delivered, which also will affect the prices of things. Okay, oil being one of them, and oil is the backbone of the global economy. All right, it's the backbone. Okay, because if without oil, you can't do international trades, by way of ships. You can't do domestic trades within, land masses and things of the nature, trucks, so on and so forth. All right. So all this has a negative effect or impact on how things will look in the near future. All right. So I want to play a couple of these videos that I come across on TikTok, and I want to read an article and then just end it with a couple scriptures. So, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson.
With the convergence of NATO in recent developments, the waters of the Red Sea have become a stage for a potential confrontation. The Russian Pacific Fleet, in a significant move, has navigated into the Red Sea, heading towards the coastlines of Yemen. This area is notably active, with American and British naval forces conducting operations against the Houthi rebels. As the Russian warships made their passage through the Bab al-Mandab Strait, the strategic choke point connecting the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden, the dynamics in the region hint at an escalated presence. With the convergence of NATO and Russian naval capabilities in these contested waters, the international community watches closely. The implications of these movements are profound, touching on geopolitical tensions and the balance of power in a region critical for global maritime routes. As developments unfold, the situation calls for a keen eye on the interactions between these powerful naval forces. Stay with us for continuous coverage on.
So yesterday, Russia decides to send warships into the Red Sea. The Houthis have previously made an agreement with the Russians and the Chinese, stating that it will allow them protection through the Red Sea in exchange for protection at the United Nations Security Council. But my understanding was that was for commercial ships, so I don't understand what a warship is doing in that area. And today, Russia also made an announcement that it condemned Israeli strikes against Syria. This was one of the most deadly in Syria's Aleppo province. So they're not really being forthcoming about what their reasoning for being in the Red Sea is, just saying that it's an assigned mission. And they haven't notified anybody about what a final destination would be either. These warships have a missile cruiser and whatever this thing is. And then to make this whole thing a little bit more hairy, 5 days ago the Houthis hit a Chinese oil tank, despite their agreement about the exchange of support at the Security Council. I saw this announcement, I was like, oh no. I was like, they're either turning on each other or this is somebody's major fuck up. And some of the only things I could find about this attack was that this ship was previously registered under the United Kingdom. The fact that it was a Chinese ship doesn't really make a difference if it was a United Kingdom linked ship. U.S. Central Command described the tanker as China.
Whoa, now what's happening with y'all? Like to check this out. Here we go again. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Boy, we in some shit. Y'all better pay attention. One, we seen what happened in Baltimore. We seen that ship destroy that bridge. We know one of our #1 ports in the United States is backed up right now. We know it's going to take a long time to clean that shit up, so it's going to be some shortages. Two, Russia has battleships inside the Red Sea now. Not only do we have battleships, you can't see, but I know we got submarines down there too. For the ones that don't know what the Red Sea is damn near like a major shipping port. Everything comes through there, and we get a big chunk of that shit that comes through there. So the United States been patrolling it because Iran and the Iran militia groups been attacking everything that's been coming through there. So the United States been over there. So now you have the United States, Russia, Iran, Israel, China in one fucking area. Now, all it takes is one incident, one small little incident that a drone goes down or somebody shoot the wrong way, you got a fucking problem on your hand. So it's looking like the Great War is going to take place over there at the Red Sea. Now, while y'all sitting here running around worrying about P. Diddy, it's going to be a major fucking war that's on your hand. And I'm going to tell you something. Since y'all want to be investigators worrying about what P. Diddy at, if he get caught, you won't even get a chance to see the man stand trial because the world is on fire right now. This is major news. This is major news. This is about the closest that the United States and Russia has been in the same area in a long time. This ain't Ukraine and Russia. This is Russia, the United States, with other motherfucking countries surrounding it. You better pay attention, folks. That's why you see 3 presidents running around. Obama, Biden, and Clinton. This ain't for no fundraiser. Man, these folks, man, trying to put out a fire. It's some different shit going on. That's why you see Obama in other countries having visits with prime ministers. Shit's getting real, man. I don't think it's going to be an election, if you ask me. It's too much shit going on, and things are happening like this. Things are happening like this. So the Baltimore incident, they put their hands around our neck. Now they over there in the Red Sea. They finna get ready to strangle our whole goddamn food supply and everything else to come through them. Goddamn it, United States gonna look like a liquidation sale when they done with this motherfucker here, man. So you better stack up on everything you got, man. Y'all stay up out there and get it out the mud. Whoa, now.
All right, so, he was going off on, stocking up, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting a few things here and there, but as far as, doomsday prepping and all that, we ain't about that, you know what I mean? But now I came across this article, and this is pretty much the one of the main significance of the Red Sea, okay? And just before I get this, I do want to bring out the in the book of Jeremiah. All right, real quick, because this is exactly what the Lord is doing. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, and I'm gonna start at verse 7, or start at verse 6, and it reads, "My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitations of justice, even the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, the hope of their fathers. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flock." Verse 9, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain." Okay? These arrows, and the Lord is raising up great nations against Babylon, man. Okay? Primarily, the Gog and Magog, Russia. All right? Who essentially will be the ones, the face of, who's going to try to, or not try to, but send off those ICBMs, okay? Those bright arrows, all right? So let me read this real quick. This is livemint.com, and I got straight to the point. It's a long article, but I just got down to the point where it says, oil prices back on high. On December 20th, global benchmark Brent held above $79 a barrel after rising more than 3% in the previous two sessions. West Texas Intermediate was steady near $74, Bloomberg reported. Mind you, that $79 a barrel has gone now up to 81. I just read an article on Zero Hedge stating that. Okay, it says oil prices witnessed a substantial rise on December 19, building up upon the momentum from the preceding session. The uptick followed attacks by Houthi militants on ship in the Red Sea. According to Reuters report, Brent crude saw an increase of 71 cents or 0.9%, reaching 78.66 per barrel by 1512 GMT, which is time zone. All right. It says the U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude for January set to expire December 19 rose by 88%, 73.35. Meanwhile, the more active February contract gained 94 cents, reaching. All right, so let me see. Here we go. Says ships see raising costs, later delivery dates. Ships are now being rerouted via the Cape of Good Hope, but not only will this add up to 10 days sailing time, it will cost up to $1 million extra in fuel for every round trip between the Far East and North Europe. Peter Sand, chief analyst in Xena, was quoted as saying by Reuters. Indian exporters are also starting at a rise in shipping costs as freight lanes are forced to avoid the Suez Canal and take a longer route around Africa to reach the West. Experts noted that the alternative route around Cape of Good Hope could increase shipping time between Mundra and Rotterdam by a third, with the freight rates also likely to go up. You see, so them having to go a different route is going to cost them $1 million in fuel for every round trip. And mind you, you got to think we got, there's hundreds of freights, hundreds of, shipments that are going on every single day. Okay, so you could only expect, this to have economic, effect. All right. It says, considering the macroeconomic environment, the freight rates may not go up much due to the limited capacity for trade absorbed. However, long transit time will impact sailing schedules and service reliability, causing delays. Should shipping lines decide to use the Red Sea, there may be still an impact as war surcharge may increase, leading to higher costs. Okay, and with the higher cost of things, on a bigger scale, it's going to affect everybody underneath, which, and that's really talking about the people. Okay, we're going to have to pay, extra to allow these things to take place. Okay, because you think they're going to try to pull from their own money? No, they're going to try to milk it from the people. Okay, we refer to as bottom feeders. It goes more into it, but let's see, what is this? Yeah, it just goes into the state of with the Houthis and that area right now. But the point that I was trying to make was the fact that there's going to be this war. Okay, the heightened the tension that's going on over there in that region, okay, will have an effect on Babylon, aka America. Okay, the people here. All right. People think that just because the wars and things going on over in Europe or in the Middle East or whatever, that it's not affecting their day-to-day life. Well, soon enough, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the effects of what's going on over there. Okay, and it's really all by way of the Lord, man. Okay, the Lord is causing these things to happen, and really it's a domino effect. All right. It's a domino effect. All right. And the Lord is bringing will bring evil upon this place. Okay. Real quick, I want to get Jeremiah 50 and I start at verse 60. It says, so Jeremiah wrote in the book all the evil that should come upon Babylon, even all these words that are written against Babylon. And Jeremiah said to Sariah, when thou comest to Babylon and shalt see, thou shalt read all these words. Then shalt thou say, O Lord, thou hast spoken against this place to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but that it shall be desolate forever. Okay, and that's the end all be all for Babylon when this place is going to be under fire. Okay, by way of thermonuclear destruction. Okay. Goes into that in Isaiah the 9th chapter. All right. Malachi the 4th chapter, 2 Peter the 3rd chapter. Okay. This place is going to be melted, burnt up, fervent heat. Okay. I want to say also Ezekiel the 20, I think it's 20th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Well, the people here are going to be melted. The Lord's going to melt these people. All right. Zechariah the 14th chapter, or is it the 14th or the 12th? Either way, a great destruction will come upon those who have taken heed to the Babylon ways of life. Okay, and not of the Lord's. It says, verse 63, and it shall be when thou hast made an end of reading this book, thou shalt bind a stone to it and cast it into the midst of the Euphrates, and thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her, and they shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. Okay, so Jeremiah performed this here thing, man. We bound it up and cast it into the Euphrates. All right, and the fact, we're witnessing the Euphrates River being dried up. Hey, man, it's all prophecy, man. Okay, and we're living in these days, man. We're living in these times, right? Where does it say? Here we go. Revelation 16:12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. You see? So, hey, the fact that this prophecy is taking place, the kings of the East, you're talking about Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, all these different countries are being prepared. The Lord is putting the spirit on these people, man. Okay, and this is what Yahushua spoke of when he said that nation will rise against nation. You see, Matthew 24, right? Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And why is it not yet? Because there are still prophecy that we're patiently waiting for, such as a main one being the Charagma. All right, the Sihip. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these at the beginning of sorrows. Okay, and this event, okay, the Red Sea situation that's going on will essentially cause famine. Okay, it will cause famine because the shipment of goods, okay, the shipment of certain things, farming, things, agricultural, textile, all that stuff, okay, will be delayed. All right. You got over here in Babylon, them buying up the farmlands, burning down, plants, food plants, things of that nature. You got Gates building or buying up all this farmland. The Chinese built and buying all this farmland over here. All right. They're trying to, monitor the food supply, the food chain. Okay. And that what they really want is to control it. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 5 and verse 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, I will increase the famine upon you and will break your staff of bread. So I will send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilences and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, Yahweh Shema Shai, have spoken it. Okay, and because the Lord has spoken it, it's going to happen. All right. It shall not return unto him void, as it says in Isaiah the 55th chapter. Okay, so this is definitely a time to be circumspect, man. Okay, keeping your eyes on open, keeping your head on the swivel, especially after what's going on the 8th. Okay, there's also talk about truckers are to not go out, trucking. They're pretty much stopping their operations in a sense. That's rumors. Okay. But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Why else would they tell you to stock up on certain things before this day? Stock up on, have, your gas tanks filled up. Okay. Having a supply of water, having a supply of food, it makes you question a lot of things. But with Esau and the way he is, I wouldn't put it past him. They're talking about it's something a biological, something biological is supposed to happen. But they also talking about shooting 3 rockets into the atmosphere during that same time. Who knows, man? But we do know whatever it is, it's Esau trying to, take credit for one, but really it's try to, cause chaos. Okay, he's doing all of this to cause chaos. All right, and that's exactly what he wants, because with chaos, you get order, right? Order ab chaos. That's why it says on the back of the dollar bill, and with it Latin, I believe, because that's how these devils operate. Order out of chaos, and to regain that order, okay, there has to be chaos. And then they can, do what they've been planning to do, which is try to, chip everybody. you know. But, you know, they're not going to have much success because the Lord is going to, you know, come in at the right moment. All right. So, you know, that was pretty much it. That was on my spirit. All right, Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson. So with that, I'd like to give honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And until next time, Shalom.